Oh boy. Well, it has been a while. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, well, that's really all I can think to say is that I am so sorry. I'm laughing because it's been so long. What was the last time I uploaded a video? Let's take a look. Videos. Hi Mia. Hi sweetie. 6 months ago. And the last time I uploaded frequently was 9 months ago. And that's, oh my god, 9 months. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't really have much of an excuse. I don't know where to start with this. I goofed. I goofed up, is what I did. And I see comments like these, and it's like, please make more videos. It started breaking my heart. There's so many of you sending me questions, just wondering when I was going to be making videos, if I was going to be doing it again. And yes, I never really intended to stop. Things just got really difficult is the best way to explain what happened. Basically what happened is I had rent to pay and I didn't have a job, is the easiest way to break that down. And there's not a whole ton I could do. You can see that 9 months ago when I was uploading every day and just hoping that I'd be able to cruise along a little bit longer and that maybe this would take off and I'd be able to afford rent and it would be okay. Unfortunately that isn't the case, and throughout this time that I was sending out all these videos and trying just to get as much as I could and do as much as I possibly could at the time, I was sending out resumes and trying to get a job literally anywhere that would take me, and it was just slowly falling apart, and eventually I just crashed and things got pretty rough and I didn't know where I was going to go and what I was going to do, and it was a challenge. It was rough. Eventually I got a job. Thank gosh. I got a job, and then since then all of my time's really been dedicated to working, because I'm working full-time now, so there's been a whole lot less time to make videos. And as you might see behind me, it's different. The bird room is not where it used to be. We moved slightly, we're down a floor, and I've got my own suite and stuff set up now, so things are vastly different. I had to move all my stuff got packed up into boxes that all got moved down, so everything was all over the place. There was this whole period where I was sleeping in the middle of the floor just surrounded by furniture because I needed somewhere to sleep and didn't have a bed set up yet. I'm planning on making videos again. Trick training videos are gonna take a little while because we're all still just kind of settling in. The birds have got obviously their whole setup done and all of my stuff's finally been set up, but I'm kind of trying to figure out how to set up a proper schedule that's kind of balancing work, because all my hours are so irregular. Sometimes I'm starting at 6 a.m, sometimes I'm not finishing till midnight. It's all over the place, so I don't really know when's the best time to set up training with these guys and getting them back on a regular schedule and getting all that sort of content that you all seem to enjoy. So training videos are gonna be on hold, but I'm gonna do my best to try my absolute hardest to at least get one topic or DIY or something, answering comments, literally anything. I'm gonna try and get something more regular, hopefully once a week, maybe every other week, just so that way is getting back into the rhythm of a bit and getting content out to you guys, and I'm not scaring you guys, because I got quite a few comments of people just being really concerned because I disappeared. I didn't say anything, I just vanished, and I'm so sorry for that. I never intended for any of that to happen. I really should have said something. I should have said, hey, this is getting too much for me to handle right now. I need to kind of close down for a bit. I need to get myself sorted out. But it was just a very, very crazy time. I'm okay. Birds are okay. A lot has changed in those 9 months. Yeah, half my hair's gone. That's the first. The bird room is on a different floor. It's set up a little differently. The cages are still the same. They still got their same setup. Flippy is still way back there. Don't know if you can make him out at all, but he's back there. He's still chugging along. These two are still going great. And, you know, we're doing good. Just so that way this video isn't nothing but me just trying to reconcile how bad I messed up here. We're gonna scroll through the months and months of comments that I missed out on, and I'm just gonna answer a couple of them here. Yeah. Okay. Whoa. Okay. In the one side of hair that's left, she'll only sit on this side now. She hates my left because there's no hair there. She can't hide in anything. She hates it. Okay. So let's go through some of these here. How long have you had Mia and Zeeby? Zeeby I got in April in 2013, so she would be 3 years old now, and Mia I believe is 4. How come your birds don't share the same cage? Because parrotlets are an extremely territorial species. They don't really get along, and it's really dangerous to house them together. Their cage is technically one cage, but it's got a huge grate in between it with the base of the cage that holds the paper towels and stuff, so there's no possible way for the birds to reach one another at all. So, you know, one cage, but it's completely separated. There's no way they can have any sort of contact. Just for their safety, because parrotlets are aggressive birds. I'm out working 8 hours a day now. They can't be supervised all the time, so they do need to be separated just for their health and safety. 3 questions. Do you still make videos? I don't know if I do. I'm trying. I'm coming back to it. I will. Oh, I'm coming back. What's a good time to start training age-wise? As soon as they're, you know, conscious, basically. Even when birds are super young, still syringe feeding. When I was working at the pet store, we'd still use it to train them to kind of waddle and get their food and encourage them to learn to step up so it wasn't so forceful, and encourage them to interact with their people. You're never too young or too old to start to learn. Obviously with baby birds, you don't want to be actually having proper training sessions and just messing up their feeding schedule. It's more just using feeding as an opportunity to kind of get them to fledge or to get them to start to strengthen their legs and stuff like that. Not forcing them, but for, you know, treats and stuff, as soon as the birds can take seeds, you can basically start to teach them. Just, you know, don't push them too far and be careful and watch their body language and things like that. What birds are these? They're parrotlets. Mia, who's hiding back over here, this little one, she's a blue mutation Pacific parrotlet, and Zeeby is a blue fallow parrotlet. The fallow and blue mutation is just color morphs that the species come in. Is it a lovebird? Nah, it's a parrotlet. Where'd you get your budgie a leash? It's a parrotlet. What's DIY? DIY just means do it yourself. It's just a little acronym. Do you take your birds out of the cages every day? Yes, and I would recommend that every single parrot species would be. Ideally, you want them in their cage as little as possible because they need the exercise, they need the socialization, and I know you wouldn't like to be trapped in a bathroom-sized space for 8 hours a day. Neither is your bird. They're very active little creatures. They're very interactive, and there isn't really much reason to put them in their cages aside from safety reasons. Like if I'm cooking in the kitchen, I'm not going to leave the birds out and about where they could fly and hurt themselves if I'm doing something that could cause them damage. Like if I'm using a microwave, I'm not going to be too concerned, but if I have, you know, a stove on, that's a little bit more of a concern when it comes to birds. And obviously when I'm out of the room, you know, then they'd have to be in their cage and somewhere that they aren't going to get hurt because I'm not able to supervise them. But otherwise, yeah, I want them to be out of their cages as much as possible. They don't have any reason to be in their cages. They're perfectly safe in this environment that I've made as safe as possible for them. And, you know, there's no reason for them to be stuck in there when I can be here interacting with them and giving them the best quality of life I can possibly give them. Can you put the clicker that you use in the description? I don't actually really have a specific place as to where I got it. You can get them from almost any pet store, and it doesn't matter what clicker you use. There's a whole ton of varieties. As long as it makes a sound, you're good to go. Honestly, you could snap, and it would have the exact same effect as a clicker. You could just click your tongue, and it would still have the same effect. I think I have one clicker that's from PetSmart, and the other one I ordered online, but the one I ordered online I used so much that the plastic eventually broke. so I had to grab that one from PetSmart. But otherwise, yeah, you can go to almost any pet store and just go to kind of the dog section. There's usually a little area for training and stuff like that, and you'll find all sorts of clickers and stuff. Did you quit? Not intentionally. Sorry. I just discovered your channel a couple days ago because in 7 weeks I'll have my first parrotlet and I want to be informed. So through my research on training, I found your channel, like in this one. I love how informative you are and thorough with your explanations in each video. You are also rather patient with the commenters that ask questions that were covered or just confused. You're smart, loving, and a beautiful bird mama. Thanks for all the help. I hope your absence from the channel is temporary and hope to see more from you soon. This is a really sweet message, and thank you so much for sending this. It really means a lot to me to see things like this, that I'm helping and making a difference, and that, you know, my efforts don't really go unnoticed, and that people do see that I am trying as hard as I can to do the best that I can. And the absence from this channel, I'm hoping will be temporary, like I said. I'm trying so hard. Oh, it's been an absolute mess. It's been a disaster, but we're getting through. I'm coming back, I promise. There will be more content. It'll just be a little slow to start, but we're working on it. We'll get there. Oh, and to add on to that one, I want to also thank anyone that's been answering any of the questions that have been in the comments while I've kind of been away. I've been having trouble keeping up with it and dedicating the time to it with everything else that's been going on. So for all those people that I see, like you see all the examples down here, or people helping each other out, and it's been a really positive and really pleasant community I've seen come out through here. And so I just really wanted to thank any of you that have been supportive of one another and trying to help one another out and inform one another when I haven't been around to do my part. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate all of the effort that you guys have put in into helping educate one another and just be there for one another when I couldn't be. So just thank you for everything you guys have done. There's so many instances in here where you see replies and people helping one another out and answering things when I can't, and it means a lot to me to see that sort of support come out of you guys and just see just how brilliant you guys have been. And I'm so sorry for disappearing. Oh, I'm so sorry. But thank you. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being here, ever coming here in the first place. And just truly, thank you guys. Hey, I'm sorry if you answered this already, but where do you buy your parrots' toys? Can you recommend some good websites? I don't live in the US, so it'd be really helpful if you could recommend websites that ship internationally. Thanks. So I don't tend to buy a whole lot of toys. Every now and then I'll grab one from, you know, like a PetSmart or something if I'm cruising by to pick up Millet or whatever, but not super often. If it's urgent and I'm out of toys, then yeah, I'll pick something up. But typically I do try to make my own toys. Quite a few bits that go into commercial bird toys, my birds don't really have much interest in. They don't like things that are too hard to chew, shells, and there's just a lot of bits that go into toys that make them a bit pricier that my birds don't like at all. So there's no point in me getting toys that have those aspects. When I'm making a toy, I can see all the parts that my birds like and make sure that they're enjoying every aspect of the toy that's there, so they're really getting the most out of their enrichment. So if you're in the US, I recommend My Safe Bird Store. They are a US company, so shipping for you will be quite a bit cheaper. They do sell pre-made toys as well as toy parts. And for Canada, she does ship internationally as well, but you know, for shipping's sake, it would probably be more expensive for you. But Feathered Addictions, absolutely Feathered Addictions. I will scream their name to the heavens. I love her so much. She's such a great person. She does such great work. Her products are absolutely phenomenal. She has put so much heart and soul and care into what she does, and she's a phenomenal person. She knows so much about her customers, and every time I go by her to pick up an order, if I go by her house or whatever it is, she always remembers me. She remembers details about my birds. She'll remember something about my order or have some fun story to share. She's such a lovely, delightful person who just cares so much, and I've never had problems with anything I've ordered from her. She makes her own toys, but she also does some of the commercial bird products and pellets and harnesses and things like that. But she does the toy parts, and she gives phenomenal prices that I quite enjoy. And, you know, she's such a lovely person. So please, if you live anywhere in the sort of Tri-City area or Vancouver over in Canada, I highly recommend ordering something from her, or at least giving her website a little look at. So it's featheredaddictions.com or shop.featheredaddictions.com. Both links will work. But please, if you have any sort of opportunity to take a look at her stuff, please do. I really, really respect her. She's such a great person. So check her out if you have the chance. The other store that's actually around the sort of Vancouver area is the West Coast Tropical Bird Studio. That's where I got my birds' cage back there, and all of their natural wood perches. Well, not all of them, but a large majority of them, because that store has such a great selection of cages. They're so large and vast, and they've got a good selection of toys and so many natural wood perches and good pellet brands. I think they carry Harrison's and Rowdy Bush, and they sell bulk nuts and all sorts of stuff and swings, and it's a really lovely store with really delightful people in it. So again, if you're kind of around the Tri-City, Vancouver area and you can check them out, I highly recommend it. They're another really great company. So if you've got the chance, give it a shot. Can I give chili pepper to budgies? Absolutely. Birds don't get affected by capsaicin. Most birds really enjoy peppers, and I made that video over here, the hot pepper challenge for birds, that goes over that in a bit more detail for you. I have a pet bird named Sunny. Sunny is 9 months old. Such a small bean. Such a tiny little foof. So precious. So cute. Oh, he's a good bird. That's a good bird. That's a good bird right there. You take good care of that bird. That's a good bird. Sunny's gonna be a good bird. You tell Sunny I said hi. Sunny's so cute. I used to have a bird named Sunny. There's my Sunny right there. Oh, Sunny. Yeah, it's a good bird. What treat do you give them? So, I don't know how many times over the past 9 months I saw questions like this asking me what sort of treats I feed my birds. And I made a whole video just about treats, sorts of treats that can be used, sorts of things that work, sorts of things that you can use to figure out what treats your birds like best. So there's that video there. That will answer your question. Long story short, doesn't matter what you use, all it matters is that it's something your bird really wants. Please, can you make a video on taming? So the reason why I haven't done a video on taming is largely just because I don't have a bird that needs to be tamed. With a lot of my videos, I like to actually present what's happening. It's a lot easier to know what to do when you can actually see the bird learning, and you can kind of see the steps the bird is taking to understand what's happening. If I'm just kind of explaining what's going on, it's a lot harder to fully understand the concept as opposed to seeing a proper demonstration. And with something like taming, it's so easy to step over the bird's boundaries and take things too far and do more harm than good. So if I was gonna do a taming video, I would have to find a bird that isn't tamed and either get a new bird, which is not something I'm looking into doing right now, or find someone with a bird that needs to be tamed and, you know, help tame their bird. So that's a whole adventure, and that's a video that probably won't be happening for a while, and if I did just do a sort of talking video on it, it would have to be very thoroughly thought out. I'd probably have to make a script for it because there's so much that I would likely forget. So that's a video I'm not going to be doing for a little while. I know it's something that a lot of people are going to want, but it's just something that's so easily miscommunicated that I'd want to put a whole lot of thought into how I'm explaining everything and being able to actually demonstrate it. Why did she stop doing videos? More. Please make more videos. Where'd she go? She stopped making vids. Make a dab tutorial? I'm sorry, I don't think bird anatomy works quite well enough to be able to properly dab, so probably not gonna happen. I'll look into it. I will legitimately try to consider the way that their legs bend, or their wings, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I disturbed you. Oh, I dabbed too hard. Are you gonna make any new videos? This account is dead. Oh, it's not, I swear. Okay, so that's probably where I'm gonna leave this video for right now. Again, I'm so sorry for disappearing like that for so long. That was ridiculous. I don't really have much of an excuse other than life got hard and it was hard to keep up. And, you know, I can't think of anything else to say except for that I'm sorry. And I'm gonna do my best to get back from this, to make more videos when I can. Like I said, I'm gonna try every week, maybe every other week, of at least videos like this, where I'm just doing a topic or answering questions or something, just so that way I can start getting back into the rhythm a bit and at least have some sort of content, get some DIYs out, anything, just so I'm not leaving you guys hanging with no idea what happened for 9 months again. So we're gonna get back to this, we're gonna give it our all, we're gonna try our absolute best, and I'm sorry. And, you know, as always, if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, anything, please send them my way. I'll do my absolute best to answer the ones that I can, and if I can't answer them, I hope to point you to someone who can, because I don't want to leave you guys hanging. I definitely don't want to leave you hanging for 9 months again, and gosh, I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry. So thank you. Thank you for being here, thank you for sticking around, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.